When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you're in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex. So let's get to it. What we know about what happened this weekend in a quick recap. Not only did Amanda Serrano prove that she's ready, tested the new body, so to speak, at 140. She vacated the IBF title, which was very classy of her. Leaves room for either Nina Menke of Germany and Daniela Bermudez to fight for that title, or somehow Raven Chapman finagles herself in that IBF picture. But solid move by Serrano, and I expect her to be solid by the time the Taylor fight comes around. I'm rooting for Serrano again. Did it in the first fight, going for her in the second fight. All right. Chantel Cameron looked very good, positioned herself nicely to face the winner of Serrano Taylor 2 by winning the WBC um, super lightweight division title. And that's, no special upsets, no surprises from McCalled, even though she was a good opponent. And waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I came and I said last week, oh my God, Serrano's holding up the division. And what a difference a week makes. Now, again, we got to wait a long time to see what happens with Cameron and the winner of Serrano Taylor. But Cameron should rest assured in a couple. You're defending interim title. Benavidez did it. Why not Cameron, which also gives her time to get acclimated to her new trainer. Also, last weekend recap. Yokasta Valle looked very good in a second round stoppage over Ramandeep Kaur of India. And the opponent Kaur kind of looked like a Kerr. I don't want to mispronounce her name. She kind of reminded me of physically of Ramla Ali, tall, long fighter, fighting off the jab. But Kerr, she was a lot more aggressive. So Ramla, you should look at some footage because you guys are physically similar. That's might be some things you might want to emulate. However, the volume of Yokasta Valle was just too much. And we're going to talk about some options for her. Just want to finish the recap for the weekend because can't leave Shadasia Green and her performance behind, coming in after a long layoff, but looking mean, looking lean with that jab. I think her best bet is to stick to those fundamentals because the jab set up everything else. It set up the confidence to deliver the straight right. So, coming in jabbing from Jump Street. Now, what are the options? Obviously, the rematch with Franchon Cruz Dezern, probably the most appealing. Not only is it revenge, it's another title shot, but there could be some other fights that could potentially happen. Savannah Marshall needs to defend her titles somehow, some way. All right. Or she's still gonna, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing, but respectfully, I do know what she's doing. She's trying to capitalize on what her marketability is before that opportunity passes. True indeed. But you got this marketability through boxing. So you got to kind of commit to some title defenses. We haven't seen you defend the title. Come on, man. We need to put you in a freaking milk carton, Savannah Marshall. You know. Now, what else? Raquel Miller, maybe a potential opponent. I don't know, but we want to see Shadasia Green back in action and hopefully in title contention sometime soon. Olympics will begin, at least for boxing, on Saturday. Does the whole thing begin, or I know they did the do they walk the torch? I don't really keep up with the entire spectacle that is the Olympics, but I do know that boxing starts on Saturday, and I want to talk about the stateside Olympians from the women's side of things. Of course, you do have Jahaira Gonzalez, the sister of GWOAT and former girlfriend of Shakur Stevenson. She's competing at lightweight. You also have Jennifer Lozano. She's fighting out of California. You got Jennifer Lozano out of Texas. I think she's out of El Paso. She's fighting at flyweight. You also have Morel McCain out of Ohio. She's fighting at welterweight. And you got Alyssa Mendoza fighting out of Idaho. She's fighting at featherweight. So pay attention to these fighters as we watch the Olympics. Definitely want to tune in because these become the future prospects of the sport, you know? So honor what they're doing. This is definitely a proven ground, a training ground. And I've always made the comparison. Sometimes the stateside Olympians don't get as much love as the Olympians do in the UK. That needs to change. So I'm hoping we give some more attention to those fighters and what they got going on. Speaking of things going on, I mentioned Yokasta Valle and what she could possibly potentially do coming in off of that win, a bounce back win. Well, it won't be a rematch with Senesia Estrada because reports are indicating that Senesia is looking to do what Yokasta already did. She wants to go up and fight Evelin Bermudez. If you want to go up there and stay and then vacate, cool. I'm sure Yokasta doesn't mind pulling a Loma, hanging around and recollecting the belts or, you know, getting as many as you can. But yeah, it's time for Estrada to make a move, you know. I heard someone say, oh, you know, the climate for women's boxing. Well, same thing on the men's side. If the fighters are willing to give us fans the fights that we're demanding and we want to see, like the Valle Estrada rematch, maybe there would be a broader market. All right. So yeah, Estrada doesn't think there's, I guess, value in marketing the rematch with Valle. I don't know how she would think that, but go ahead and move up. Hopefully, Top Rank can build some sort of, because the only way I think they can build you moving up, that's great. Like, yeah, that's historical. It's always going to add to your resume, but they're going to say, yeah, she's going to do like Yokasta Valle did. Yokasta Valle moved up, beat Evelin Bermudez, vacated the belts, let Bermudez go back and get him, and then came back down because she was trying to get the Senesia Estrada fight. So this is what Estrada's doing. I'm hoping all roads lead back to the rematch. And if not, let the belts go. Let Yoka do what she's doing at 105. But who am I to say? Just somebody that wants to see the sport advance, to see the fighters advance, and to see a little bit more movement in the divisions. Yes, I do. All right. Speaking of movements in the division, we got some movement in the super welterweight division, 154 pounds. It's been announced. I believe this fight is August 10th. You have the unified WBO and WBC super welterweight champ, Emma Kozin. 24 1-1 with 12 KOs. Guess what? That only losses to Clarissa Shields. And she's in there against Cecilia Brækhus, who only has 2 losses to the recently retired Jessica McCaskill. Some people would say Brækhus just had a difficult time maintaining 147, but it was a money fight, however it was created. Yeah, cool. I think Brækhus is going to be prepared for this. This is going to be a great fight. Don't know who I'm giving the edge to. I'm telling you guys really got to tune in. Cecilia Brækhus is no average fighter. She's the former reigning undisputed welterweight champ, and she's moving up. Really, you know, who was it? The draw against Terry Harper that some people think Brækhus actually won. And so, you know, yeah, man, you guys got to tune in to see that one again a couple weeks from now, August 10th. But that is a great fight. So now we're going into some of the fight announcements. We have a fight that I mentioned that I knew would be announced. This is just it made sense. Chloe Watson versus Jasmine Zapoxina. That fight is going down. The 8-0 Watson versus the 8-1 Zapoxina for Chloe Watson's European title. I'm not sure this is going to be on an undercard of something, but great fight nonetheless. Yeah, excited for it. Watson, this is a very good test for her, and Zapoxina playing with house money. She's already kind of defied the odds and upset a previous matchroom prospect. So maybe she's on that route. Kudos to her. Kudos to her. Also, kudos to the one and only true undisputed champion of the welterweight division. I'm talking about Sandy Ryan. Yes, Sister Sandy. She's been given an opponent. Apparently Pineda fell ill or she's injured. She's got something going on. Hader Woolmarans out of South Africa. Guys might not know her, but South Africa does have some pretty good historical fighters, right? You got Corey Sanders, former heavyweight champion. You got the Shinga. I don't want to screw up his first name, but he's a what is it, flyweight champ. Um, who else we got? Makabu. You know, so there's some pretty solid fighters. And this lady is 9-0 with 6 KOs. Um, I want to see this one go down because I want to see if Sandy can be drawn out. I noticed she didn't switch southpaw not one time the last fight, and I'm just wondering: is this the reinvention of Bad Gal Sandy? Is she showing a little bit more restraint, or was that just due to the particular opponent? She didn't have to go bad, if you will, because I've always compared Sandy to Terrence Ryan in the sense that when she switched southpaw, all bets is off. Like she's coming in there to maul you. So, to see her fight from an orthodox stance, that does show the development, and she can only get better from here. So another title defense until we can figure out what's happening with the welterweight division. I'm certainly game. I know Sandy's game for either Lauren Price or Natasha Jonas, keeping things domestically if we can make them happen. But if not, then bring on the South African opponent. All right. And I'm sure this opponent, as all opponents understand, being an opponent is an opportunity. She's going to come to fight. And we're going to get another exciting title defense from Sandy Ryan. Right. Speaking of title defenses, not a title well, yeah, title defense, but automatically, is anybody giving Vanessa LePage Jonas any sort of chance against Clarissa Shields? You've seen Clarissa Shields kind of making light of the pop or the snap or the thunder that Jonas has been putting on her punches, but doesn't seem to bother Clarissa Shields. I mentioned as much on the Boxing Voice. Shields has been saying publicly that this particular camp, she feels like the power is more accessible. She doesn't have to focus as much as on running. She can focus on technique, stick to the boxing. The one thing she has to do, sit down on those punches just a little bit more, turn over just a little bit more, and I'm sure they go, listen, if you hit this girl like you hit old girl, especially to the body, because, I'm not sure what Jonos's conditioning is like, but she may be a little soft to the body. So I expect Shields to go there early and often, and kind of catch her leaning down. A lot of fighters, she is what Shields is taller than her. I'm not sure. I don't remember the dynamic, but a lot of fighters, they get caught by Shields because by the time they get done thinking about the combination they're trying to land, she's already in and out. Yeah, lots of combinations, very fast in and out. So now a light heavyweight title at stake and a heavyweight title. If Shields, or should Shields, or as is expected, Shields comes out successful in this venture, this will be her 4th division world champion, and she's want to set her sights on the winner of an IBF light heavyweight division bout between Australia's or New Zealand's Laney Daniels and what's my Nigerian sister's name? I'm gonna get it right. Yeah. Bolatika Oluwole. Yes. So yeah, this is what the GWOAT is doing, and these will be great accomplishments. It's dangerous fight. I always got to give it up to fighters moving up in weight, but is this exciting? Do people want to see this? I mean, I'm gonna be tuned in. Unless or until, ladies and gentlemen, just tune this weekend to see what happens. Not going to go into the whole discussion about, because I did that already. Not going into the whole discussion about who's this and who's that. Last weekend it was the Queen, Amanda Serrano's weekend. This weekend it belongs to the GWOAT. Let's keep it right there. Speak of keeping it right there, on that card, you have Danielle Perkins from Houston by way of Brooklyn, or if I got it wrong, somebody correct me in the comments. She's 4-0, 2 knockouts. She's in there. Not sure when the last time we saw her, maybe about 3-4 months ago, but middleweight contender Pretty good to see her in action. All right. We want to hear more about her, see more about her, know more about her, so we know about who's popping in this thing of ours, women's boxing. Last but not least, we have Raven Chapman. I think I mentioned Raven Chapman trying to finagle her way into that IBF situation. Not quite, but this weekend she does have an opponent out of Colombia, Yokasta Sarabia. Opponent's 10-0, 6 KOs. Again, who were her opponents? Not exactly certain, but should be a relatively competitive, stay busy fight for Raven Chapman while she sees how the IBF featherweight division gets sorted out. Also, I mentioned Amanda Serrano. Well, one of her young charges, Crystal Rosado, the 3-0 prospect out of Puerto Rico with 1 KO. She is staying busy in action on the Friday night DAZN card. It's a most valuable promotions DAZN card, keeping those prospects nice and busy. Also this weekend, I'm not sure, maybe on the undercard of a Golden Boy card or somewhere else. I'm not sure, but please tune in for the pro debut of Chantel Navarro. I think she's out of California, and she is fighting in the super bantamweight division. Yeah, that's Friday night. So what else do we got? It's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. If you see something, say something. Definitely say something in the comments. Be sure to like, share this content with those that love women's boxing, because women's boxing is boxing and boxing is this thing of ours. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out. Till next time.